Hello everyone, this is Jonathan J. Dog Letterman and you're watching the Anything Bucket on WRPBI TV. Tonight in our studio I have somebody who's going to help us with our finances because it's not about the money that we make, it's about the money that we keep. Please welcome financial advisor Adam Stutt to the Anything Bucket. Adam, welcome.
How you doing, J. Dog?
I'm doing great and I'm really excited that you're here because like I said in the intro, it's not about the money that we make, it's about the money that we get to keep. And I know that's one of the roles that a financial advisor plays, but that's not the only role a financial advisor plays. So if you can tell the audience a little bit about yourself and the role that a financial advisor would play in their life.
Sure. The first thing I'd say, you're a little often about the money we keep versus the money we make. And the analogy I give a lot of times is the difference between savers and investors. If you save something, you're like this. You hold on to it. If you invest in something, you put things out there. Well, which one do you think has room for more money? Open arms or closed arms? So,
open arms.
Yeah, exactly. So it is somewhat about the money we make, but it's also more like the money we make, not the money we lose. So versus the money we keep. What I do, I'm a financial advisor, financial broker. Comes with lots of different names. Federally and state licensed. They require me to keep up with all the proper laws and regulations. Really, my goal is to educate my clients on basic financial principles. How money works, dollar cost averaging, what is risk tolerance, where investments are good for you, where they might not be good for you. There are 1,000,001 investments out there and they're all good for somebody, but they're also very bad for lots of people. So it's really just finding the right fit for the right client.
And I know you can't give a lot of financial advice, but let's say I came to you and I said, hey Adam, I'm 49 years old.
Right.
I've got...
And I will say age is always a very huge factor in determining what's appropriate for you.
And I want an investment that's, low risk, and I know with low risk it's going to be lower yield, but I want it to be somewhat guaranteed. I've got about $8,000 for argument's sake. What could you advise me on? What would we look at as far as my investment?
Well, with those parameters, it's actually very difficult. Some advisors would take that information, give you an option or two in the hopes of, okay, you're just going to turn over that $8,000. Me personally, I'm more concerned as to, okay, you're 49, that's a hard fact. There's nothing wrong with that. Your reason for low risk tolerance, why is that? So we delve into the reasons as to what it is. Why are you concerned about having low risk? Is it because you're retiring next year? Is it because you want to use that money for something specific in a short amount of time? There's lots of things that get into that.
Fear, past experience.
Fear, past experience. No, it's very common. Oh, we always hear about stock market crashing. Well, for everyone that knows the market and the economy crashed in 2008, for every single person that kept their money in the market and kept investing has more than tripled their money since then. So it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of, keep your head out of the headlines kind of thing. As far as how much money you have, you say you have $8,000. It's also very important to find out, why do you have $8,000? Where did that $8,000 come from? Because one of the first rules of investing is you want to have a whole financial plan. You don't want that to be your $8,000 in savings because accidents happen. Get in a car accident, have medical bills, unforeseen expenses. There's 1,000,001 reasons why you might need that $8,000, far more than for investment purposes. So if that's your only money that you have for emergencies, then we have to adjust that $8,000 number. So that's really what I have to do first, given that information, is delve a little more into it.
Is peeling back the onion, asking
asking
the appropriate questions.
The second part of it, I would say, just with that information alone, if you want something that's low risk and guaranteed, there's something called a fixed indexed annuity, which is a fixed interest rate. It's a retirement savings plan, tax-free returns on it, guaranteed income off of it, as well as because it follows index type investing, you can get the upswings of the market, and because of the fixed aspect of it, you don't get hit on the downswings as much.
And that's great information that you're giving to the viewers, and I know you have a wealth of information with your background to give our viewers. If they wanted to get in contact with you, what's the best way to get in contact with you to use your services?
The best way to get in contact with me is my phone number, 954-422-2832. I answer my phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I probably do just as many deals at 3 o'clock in the morning as I do at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's just whenever you're available, I'm available.
And speaking about deals, you've had a lot of successes. We were talking about some of the success stories that you've had. If you could share, without mentioning the client's name, because we want the veil of anonymity here. But if you can give us a success story or two.
Sure. One of my earlier successes is with a lady who had roughly $250,000 invested with another broker. One of the bigger things I do is actually financial review of your current standing. And one of the reasons I do that is I always tell people it's for your livelihood. If you're going to have a surgery that it's a life-saving surgery, you're going to go to another doctor to get a second opinion. There's no reason not to. So I do this, and this woman has roughly $250,000. The broker, her current broker at the time, had her invested in 7 different accounts. In the last couple of years, as I mentioned, the market has done extremely well. In 5 of those accounts, she had lost money, which was very difficult to do in the last couple of years. And he was doing illegal practices on top of that with her money. The other thing that we noticed is she happened to pick some of her own investments that she wanted to do. I don't know if I mentioned that she wound up picking Google stock and Disney stock because she's a fan of those companies. Those are the only ones that actually they outperformed everything the advisor had going for her. So what we eventually did, we allocated that money appropriately to mitigate her losses because of the way it was set up. We had to be careful how we took the money out and just reappropriately invested her, and she's good to go.
And it's saving her, and it's amazing because I know you mentioned unscrupulous practices.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe that still goes on today. It becomes that greed factor, and we won't go into that. When you advise people, I know you can't guarantee a growth. There is risk.
Correct. There's the closest thing you can get to a guarantee is government treasury bills and T-notes, and even those they say are not 100% guaranteed. Those are what they like 90% guaranteed. So,
and if you were to give somebody a positive message about investing, what would you tell them?
The positive message is this. Don't let your emotions get in the way of the numbers. You take the mutual fund marketplace over any 10-year time span you want. Take 10-year blocks anywhere. It has average returns of 10% or better. So as long as you are with an advisor who you trust and you are comfortable with seeing the ups and downs of the market, because it does go up and down, then you will do well in the long run for you and your family. Because
I know, as a layman, and I have my financial advisor, and he's done very well by me. I have a great
Don't worry, we'll review that afterwards.
Yeah, I'll be happy to have you review it. But I'm very happy with them right now, and we're doing very well with it. But I also know that it's a long term. I know with the stock market, it's we hear about day traders, and we hear, oh, I just made $5,000 today on this stock, and then the next day, oh man, I lost $3,000.
Right.
I know that the stock market was never meant to be a quick get in, get out, day trading type environment. Correct. It was always meant as a way to generate capital for businesses.
Correct.
And if you can just give us a little bit of an idea on long-term investing.
Sure. The whole idea is for investors, your goal should be to earn wealth. Not become rich, but to earn wealth. Something that affects you, your kids, your grandkids. You're talking about generational wealth. Just like a business's goal is to become a small business, a medium-sized business, a large business, and then a global dominating business. And the best thing as far as you can do when it comes to long-term business, long-term investing, is dollar cost averaging. Keep a constant plan in place, invest the same amount of money on a monthly basis, and this way you will buy lots of stock when it's low and less stock when it's high, and you wind up paying lower cost per share than actual value per share.
Fantastic. We want to thank Adam for being here on the Anything Bucket and sharing with us that great information about finances. And again, if you could just let the viewers know how to connect with you.
Sure. Again, 954-422-2832.
And remember, get an advisor on your side and protect your assets.